It's day 17 in our 40-day walk through Abraham's life of faith. And today, God gives Sarai a new name. And then together, God gives her and Abraham a fresh start on his plans. But as God makes those plans clear, he also makes Abraham laugh. So that's what's ahead for us today. We're looking at Genesis 17, 15 through 19. Just a few verses here, but they are filled with lots to talk about and enjoy. It's a fun day in many ways because it's got this, kind of fun culture stuff. You get a little window into how the culture of Abraham's time works a little bit. You got some indirect communication. You got a little saving face, and then you've got this naming and what the significance behind that might be. So we got plenty of fun things to explore. So take a look. If you haven't already, now's your time. Go ahead and read the day 17 selection here. And then once you do, I'll come back with you and we will react. I'll show you my GYRs for today. And you'll have a chance to drop yours in too. So without further ado, go ahead and read. Pause right now and then come back when you're ready. All right. What do you got? How about it, huh? God bringing down the house with laughter. But he's not telling any jokes, right? Well, once again, taking a look at this, let me show you my green, yellow, and reds for today. I'm going to pick up my yellow highlighter first. And the curiosity for me, well, yellow meaning I'm puzzled by this. I'd like to look into it a little bit more. It has to do with Sarai getting her new name. It says, regarding Sarai, your wife, her name will no longer be Sarah. From now on, her name will be Sarah. They seem to sound very similar. So what's going on there? Why the new name? And, what's the significance behind that? One thing I think is interesting, we've seen it already, and it's worth circling here again just real fast. Isn't that interesting? God is absolutely obsessed. And we will see this play out in the coming days as we walk through this journey. He's absolutely obsessed with highlighting for Abraham the fact that Sarah, now we'll call her Sarah instead of Sarai, Sarah is Abraham's wife. Just keeps hitting that, just to make sure that they're all clear. That maybe, culturally, the Hagar thing and all that was maybe an accepted thing, but from God's point of view, zero tolerance on that. In fact, God has plans for Sarah to bless her richly, and of course, give them Abraham and Sarah a son from her. So God's just really going, hey, this is how it's going to go down. Now let me show you my red. My red here, picking up the red highlighter. And it's right here where Abraham bows down to the ground, but he laughed to himself in disbelief. And the but here is the part that I just don't like to see it. This is creating some tension for me. And again, it comes in part because I see myself in Abraham's story, right? Because what he's doing here is reacting to what God says one way internally and then another way externally. On the outside, he's giving God the honor that he's due. It's respectful. He bows down. But then inside, internally, he's laughing, and it is in disbelief. Now, the disbelief isn't the part that bothers me. God's has been fine with that. It's the part where he's hiding it, and this is new. I don't like this in our story because it's somewhat new. This is the first time, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first time that we've seen Abraham kind of think and feel one way and then present another way. toward God. And that's, I don't like that. Now for the green, my green highlight today, grabbing my green, and let's take a look at this whole thing right here. I like this. I talked about it a minute ago, but look at this. I love that this moment here where God says, "I will bless her." It's Sarah. Give you a son from her, and I like and should bless her richly. And I love this because what this shows me is that God is still very much on track with keeping his promise, even though it's been a long wait. And the path and the weight that he's been dragging Abraham and Sarah through keeps making the path to God keeping his promise just more and more ridiculous by the day. So you can see, I mean, Abraham and Sarah been sweating it out, getting creative, getting worried. Of course they are. But this moment here, oh God, it's still on track. She's going to have a son. I love it. And it also reveals something important, I think, that helps me in my own relationship with God, my own walk with God. And that is simply that, apparently efficiency and convenience are not high on God's list of how he likes to do things. So even though it's been a long wait, God's still on track. He hasn't lost focus. He hasn't changed his mind. This thing is still moving forward, and I love that. All right, what about you? What are your green, yellow, reds for today? Highlight them for yourself, and then we drop your highlights here, add them to our Facebook group as well, and then from there, continue on with to reflect, respond. So got some good digging deeper for you, and then at the end of it all, I'll drop back in with today's insights video to help us bring home a thing or two from what we're reading in the story today. So enjoy, and I'll see you in a little bit.